Hello there. Welcome to 2025. This is our second episode this year. Yes, it is. I think. Yes, it is actually. I don't know. I'm excited. But actually, romantic 2025 because I'd actually imagined this a while back. So, my room smells very bland. Do you guys get? Like, it doesn't have a smell. Except if it is me and if I don't bath, obviously, it's not going to smell nice. But anyway, so the room doesn't really have a smell. So I had a candle a while back, kind of finished, and then I was contemplating buying one. The point of all this, my long story, is that I had planned to get a, what's it called? Get a candle for the podcast so that every time I'm recording, I'll now on the candle and be recording. You guys get a little romantic stuff. But anyways, hi, hello, I'm MJ, and you're welcome to Voice Notes Community. You guys, I'm hungry again, but this time it's not cause I know it's because what happens if it's because we're fasting, so 21 days of abundance of rain. So basically, I just go home. I didn't cook yesterday because of laziness, so I go home and I just quickly cooked. The food is beside me. I've been making something I'm calling dirty rice. So the basic idea is basically stir fry, but it is, I don't know, it doesn't really have a color like that. Like, I feel like it doesn't have the color of fried rice, it doesn't have the color of jollof. It's just in the middle, like a brownish. But it's nice, and I'm trying to increase my pepper tolerance a bit. Even if today I was cutting the pepper and my neighbor and my flatmate coughed and I halved it because I was like, I beg, let me not go and crying on top of my own food. Anyways, you guys, I'm very excited about this episode. I think I really enjoyed last week's episode. I think I really did. So I hope you guys liked it too. But yeah, let's get into today. So today's episode is empty pockets, relaxation, and swimming with the tides. So I've done the intro. Today something happened. I'm not ready to tell anybody. I don't have the strength to tell anybody. Honestly, I don't have the strength to tell anybody. Today is Tuesday, by the way. So something happened at work today, and like I don't have the strength to tell anybody. Like I'm just like, I started giggling. I feel like if you know me inside, you can probably even guess what happened. But I started laughing. Hi. Anyways, you guys, let's go. So, random question. Okay, it's not a random question. It kind of flows with the theme of today's episode, anyways. But who would you pick to, like, if you were stranded in the middle of the ocean? Who would you want to be with? Like, who in your life would you want to carry along? And when you are making this decision, just to complicate it a little bit, are you choosing the person to survive, or are you choosing the person so that the experience is good? Do you get? Because there are people that you survive, but there are people that the experience, the stories you come out of that experience with will be bam. So think about it and let me know. Jesus, my hand smells like Maggie. Jesus Christ. I also had a thought, but I'm not going to say it. Moving on. So today, I was kind of thinking about, you guys, I have just. So I remember that I had this friend, really cool person. I don't want to say her name because like I don't know where she is. But I can't say her name. But like she was this really, really cool person. I remember one time we're having this conversation, and I was like, what do you call it? I'm the river. Like I just go with the flow. We're talking about like relationships, like in a relationship sense. Like I was like, I'm the river. I just go with the flow. Like some people are waterfalls. They make things happen. But me, I'm just along for the ride. Very, very rubbish at that time. But anyways, yeah. I feel like I'm too happy for someone that's as hungry as I am. I think maybe because this food is motivating me. But for some reason, I feel like I'm now gisting too much. So the time between me and my food is getting longer. But let's get serious. Okay, everybody, are you guys ready? Very, very serious conversation we're having today. Um, so there's I don't know what buoyancy is, but I don't think it is what I think it is. But basically, human beings can float on water. Like fact. Human beings can float on water. But then there are some um there's some like prerequisites to floating. Do you get? And obviously now this is not very scientific because I was at work, I didn't Google stuff. You guys, please forgive me. I'm honestly going to get better with I'm going to come in with facts, even if that's not exactly my energy, but I'm coming with facts. I'm telling you guys this and this and this and the percentage. I'm playing too much today, sorry. But anyways, so there are a few things that are necessary for you to float, yeah? And the first thing in the concept that we're going with you guys, because let's just follow me. The first thing is empty pockets. And empty pockets, so basically, if you think about it, yeah, if they tell you you can float on water, but you decide to wear, I don't know, a 50 gram chain on your neck, or you decide to tie cinder block around your waist, even if technically, while technically you can actually float, you won't float because you carried extra weight. And that's why, in the Bible tells us to what's it called, to lay aside every sin and every weight. And I think that God is so intentional in that He doesn't just say sin, He says weight. So let me read out how I wrote it here, and then I'm going to share something my pastor shared this evening. My pastor dropped a word this evening, very hot. But anyways, so I wrote it here empty pockets lets go of the things that easily beset not just sin but weight, things that negate your emotional, physical, and spiritual well-being. Because it's very easy to kind of try to isolate certain things and say, this thing, I'm going to stop doing that one, this one, down, down. And you feel like you've removed all the things. But then sometimes there are things that you need to actually let go of and just sacrifice. So my pastor said something this evening. He said that if you don't sacrifice for what you want will end up being the sacrifice. Hey! Oh God. In case you don't know, my man of God is Pastor Shola Okodo. I think first I'm actually saying his name on this podcast. I am too happy this evening. I am honestly too happy. But I feel like drinking Sprite. I feel like I deserve it. But anyways, the point is, if you don't let go of the things that you are carrying that do not align with where you are going to, and I really love that it says sin and weight. So it's not just sin, it's anything that is a blockage, anything that is a problem, anything that distracts, anything that takes you away from where you should be focusing on. That is the point. That is what the Bible is telling us. You need to drop stuff. You have to let go of certain things. You have to let go of certain people. You have to see, it's hard, let me not lie. Especially people sometimes. Especially people. Because a lot of the time with people there's a lot of hope. And you just hope that things can work out, we can, maybe something will change and that yada yada, and you just have to let go sometimes. And I am saying this with a level of understanding that this thing is not actually, it's not just telling people to let go of stuff. It's not actually that easy. It's not easy like that. Sometimes you have to let go of stuff that you've known all your life. Currently I'm trying to learn stuff that negates what I've known all my life, what you are used to. And sometimes it's not even about like or dislike. Sometimes you like what you know. That's it. That's all you've known all your life, so you kind of think that this is it. And sometimes those things are weights that you need to drop. You need to let go of them. You need to drop them, basically. Does that make sense, you guys? So that you can float, yeah? Now, the second thing that is necessary is relaxation. So, relaxation is, so if you think about it, if you're on the ocean, yeah, if you're on the, yeah, if you're in a pool, for example, let me tell you guys a story. When I was learning to swim, I had just seen Moana a few times. So I used to chant, I am Moana of Mutinui. You will board my boat. And he used to help me. Let me not lie. I really need to get into a pool very soon. But let's get back to it. Relaxation. As much as the water is able to carry you, you need to allow it to carry you. You need to actually like calm down. Like when when they're teaching, like, I don't know, adults, because I learned to swim as an adult. But when they're teaching you to swim, they kind of tell you you have to relax. You can't be struggling with the water. The water is powerful than you. You have to calm down and let the water actually carry you. If you don't, you're just stressing yourself. And what does relaxation actually look like for us? Once again, I am sharing because I was listening to a message today. Because of what happened today, I didn't to enjoy a message. So so I'm going to share something that my pastor shared. And for you to relax, if you think about it, when criminals are on the run, they're probably, have you ever seen those movies where like everyone's holding their gun constantly? Like there's no time that, like all those movies where they are telling the soldiers that, oh, your gun is your best friend, your gun is your girlfriend, your gun is your everything, because there's no relaxation. But relaxation is in a place where you feel safe, where you know that nothing's going to happen here, I'm safe. You know that there's some places that you sleep that you know that, hey God, I can't really sleep here. But there's some places that you sleep and you know that, yes, I'm safe. Do you guys get me? And in the hands of God, you need to remember who He is. So that's the first thing that my pastor shared. You need to remember who God is. You remember who He is. Like, remember. Remember. This is the guy that made the whole earth. He's the owner of the cattle on 1,000 hills. He's the one that gave us the earth. He's the one that invented everything that exists. Like, God is God. I'm too distracted to actually go into that very well. But God is God. And you have to remember. You have to know who He is. You have to remember that this is the guy I'm talking about. This is the person I'm talking about. He cannot fail me. He cannot fail me. Yeah? Number two, remember what He has said, which is His word. So, in the Bible, you find promises. Your head are not to your above when you're not beneath. And, you have to remember. That's it. You just have to continuously remember that this is what God said. And based off of who He is, what He said is going to come to pass. One of the things that really hit me this Christmas was the intentionality. Like, I've always known it, but then it just kind of stuck in my brain. The intentionality of the birth of Christ. Like, the planning, all the different people that had to come together and everything had to align for Him to come. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now, you have to know His ways, and this is also in His word, because when you study your Bible long enough, you start to notice patterns. In fact, if you listen enough in like church and fellowshipping with the brethren, you start to notice, okay, looks like God usually do certain things like this. Now, interesting thing. Remember how we said God is our mate? One thing I have learned, I am learning, I am appreciating, is that God is not our mate, in that you think He's coming through the left, He's coming from angle 380. No, there's no 385, 325. Do you get, like, just because He came on a certain way before? But then the point is, there are patterns that you can sense that this is okay. Yes, God is in this. God is in this. There's peace. There's this and that, and there's that. And I think that all of that is what they call it. It helps, because when you know who you're with. So I was watching an episode of something that was very interesting today. I mean, not today, on Sunday, on the way back from church, and the babe she said to the guy that, oh, that he just makes her feel safe. Very sweet, very, very sweet stuff. Very amazing. But the point is, he do make her feel safe. And in that atmosphere, she can relax and she can trust that this person is doing the best for me. And sometimes one of the things that I just remind myself is all things are working together for my good. All things are working together for my good. Like, it doesn't matter how I feel right now. It doesn't matter what is happening right now. It doesn't matter what it looks like. All things are working together for my good. Yeah? So we've said, first of all, you need to empty your pockets. Then you need to relax. I'm starting to, I think, you guys. And then number three, sorry. I'm starting to crash, you guys. I think the hunger is coming back. I took a few spoons before, but the hunger is coming back with force. But we're gonna push through. I'm tempted to eat, but no, that's not right. Moving on. So now this is not exactly about just floating. This is about now following the waves. So if you've ever seen all these like movies about like the ocean and stuff, I feel like there's a lot of, you can't swim against the tide. You can't swim against the tide. You'll be wasting your time. You just get tired. And the thing why people want to swim against the tide is because, for example, I want to go north, or I want to go south, or I want to go east, whatever, and the tide is going the other direction. I don't want to go that way. Like, but the thing is, in this particular situation, in this our analogy, the ocean wants to go where is best for you. Do you get me? So the ocean isn't just taking you to some random place. It's not just flowing based on random whatever. The ocean is taking you to where is best for you. And this is obedience, because when you see that God is working for you, God is working things out for you, He's doing things that are good for you. You've seen that, first of all, you emptied your pockets, so you're not distracted, you're fully in the water, you're relaxed, so you're trusting God, you're submitting your will to His, you're listening for His voice. You get me? So now you're relaxed. But then that state is inactive. Yeah? The next step is to become active. So now the next step is, okay, God, help me. I'm dropping all the things that are weighing me down. I trust you. Now tell me what to do. That's it. So it goes, that's the direction, that's the flow. It's like, God, okay, I know that I have this problem. I need to stop it. I need to break this down. I need to stop doing that. I need to trust you more. Then I trust you. I know that you are good. I know that you are kind. I know that you are taking me to where I need to be. I'm going to keep on following you. Then you now say, what do you want me to do? And then obedience comes. And then you're not just floating on the water. You're just basically gliding on the tides. You're just going where God wants you to go. And for 2025, this is what I want to do. I really want to get, like, this year, there's lots of things that I'm like, this year I must get it right. Like, this year I must get it right. And I think that there's a balance between, oh, I trust God to come through for me, and I'm now going to put in my part and put in some effort and just glide with the tides. It's, I feel like three is such a wonderful number, like such a balance in a weird way, that I really, really do think that this year, let's go, you guys. Let us go. I am very excited for the new year. We're going to be starting a playlist. So it's going to be very, very, it's going to be chaotic, because I'm going to recommend I'm going to add a song to the playlist based off of like the week. So it might not even have to do with the episode. It will just be a song that I like for the week. And so it can go from a cute, a nice song to deep thongs. I said deep thongs, deep tongues. So I don't know you guys, but I'm very excited because we're going to, but this year we're going to do better. We're going to do better. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you, and I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. Bye.